There is absolutely a universal Dharma for humanity right now. Each of us has a separate individual Dharma in that as well. If we said our universal Dharma right now was to grow a garden, let's say. One of us would go out and buy the seeds. The other would get the soil ready. Somebody would open the packs of seeds and start planting them. Somebody else would water. So even though there's one universal umbrella Dharma, which is to garden, to feed the world, to grow a harvest, nonetheless, each of us has to play a different part. In the same way in the universe today. If I had to say personally, I would say that the universal Dharma of today is to break the walls of separation. If we look at every single thing that is afflicting us today, from war to terrorism, to poverty, to crime, to environmental destruction, every single bit of that is rooted in separation. It's rooted in me feeling like I'm this physical being, which means that I've got cravings of the flesh. I want to eat certain things, drink certain things. If I were an aggressive, violent person, I might want to rape certain people, take it to another extent. It's from the call of the flesh. I am this flesh. I'm going to eat what it wants, drink what it wants, go out and literally grab and take whatever it wants, whenever it wants it. Because I've got to have it. So I'm separate from the universe. I am this physical being. That leads to all of those actions. It also leads us to the emotions that begin the violence. So I see something, it makes me angry. Out of my anger, I respond with violence. I see something, I covet it. Out of coveting it, maybe I steal it. All of these are emotions and then actions that begin from an experience, first of all, of just being this body. I am this separate individual over here. I don't have access to all of the wonderful things that you all have. So if I see that you have a wonderful thing, I'm going to want it for myself. If you do something that makes me angry, I'm going to respond with violence. But on a deeper level, that feeling of separation keeps us from recognizing that we're all one. We're rooted these days in separation on the basis of the color of our skin, of our religion, in some places on our caste, on our gender, on so many different ways. Countries, each side of a dividing line between two countries. So if I had to say one act, or one path rather, of a universal Dharma that we all needed to be engaged in today, or to be under the shade of, it would be to break the borders of separation, to recognize our oneness with people who are starving, and to make choices for that. Our oneness with people who are suffering, to make choices for that. Our oneness with people of different colors and religions and races and countries. So we're not fighting over who's right, who's wrong, which way, to whom the land belongs. And if we could take that, and again, each of us is going to play our own role in it. But I think that if one thing could ease, help the situation we're in today, if one thing were the most crucially needed, I think it would be a recognition that we're not separate. A recognition that we're linked. I mean, physics is telling it to us now. Quantum physics talks to you about when the monarch butterfly goes extinct. I mean, a species of butterfly that most people haven't even heard of unless you happen to have taken a certain biology class in high school. If that one species of butterfly goes extinct, what it's going to do to the rest of the world. Certain types of bees are going extinct. What is that going to do to the rest of the world? We're that interlinked. Forget just humans of different colors, or humans who subscribe to different religions. We're so interlinked that the extinction of a bee puts the human race at risk. The extinction of a specific species of butterfly puts the human race at risk. And if we could open ourselves up to that oneness and that connection, I think we'd find this world a much more positive place to be in. And we would certainly have a much more positive hope for our future.